shit, my laptop.
Alright, hey, Shalom. We're back here for our weekly gathering at the camp. Alright, first and foremost, we want to give all praises and all glory to the true living power, which is Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
We want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of the great millstone who rule well, and honors and citations to the elect. So, we just getting into, a couple of things, which is why this is an open forum. One thing we get into is these celebrities, man. And you know what? These celebrities, alright, which, most of them sold out. Okay, they got to pay the price, man. Look, Micah 2:10 says,
Oh, I got it.
hey, it's the spirit, man. You see that?
Now this is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest."
Now, who is he talking to, man? Is he talking to everybody? Is he talking to the so-called white man? Is he talking to the so-called Chinese man? Mm-hmm. The Lord could care less for you heathen nations, man. When you read through the book, through the Bible, who is it mainly talking about? Anybody can tell you, man. Israel. Okay, we were brought here not on carnival cruises, all right, but we were brought here on damn slave ships, man, of hardcore bondage. Right. And we were beating the hell out of each other, being niggas. You better not pee, man, because we was around top of each other. We brought in complete misery, okay? So-called the natives that were here, they got their land taken from them, man, okay? Through rape, robbery, trickery, deceit, and complete bloodshed, man, all right? So guess what? Us being here, it isn't for fun. Read that again.
Micah 2:10, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest."
Right, so you better remember how your ass got here, man. You better remember your damn history, because it goes into how this is not our damn rest. All right, so for you to come in and sell out and to try and drive around in a nice ass Lamborghini or something, okay, which is nothing wrong with riches, but for you to sit here and try to make it here and prosper here and fall back and just chill out here without looking for your kingdom, without looking for your continuing city, you going the hell off, man. And in order for you to really even make it, you gotta sell out. Alright? And that's why you got dudes like R. Kelly right now, okay, that's going through all this hell, Bill Cosby, and all these certain guys, because look, this ain't your rest, man.
Right.
Alright? So I'm gonna set it off with Shabbat, what you got some.
I'm going to finish up the scripture. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction." Right.
It shall destroy you. You may get your riches like you want to here in this land, America, but guess what? Yahweh Shai, the true and living power, gonna make sure that you don't prosper here, because we wasn't meant to prosper here. He gonna make sure you don't enjoy yourself here, because we wasn't meant to enjoy ourselves here, man. Alright, so that's why when you sell out and you dance with the devil, you do all these damn sacrifices, guess what? You gotta keep up now. Alright, you're a slave to wickedness. Right? That's why this is Sirach chapter 13, verse 4. "If thou be for his profit, he will use thee." And that's why our brothers say all the time, you gotta have a fan following first. Because I actually had somebody that said that to me. With the Illuminati's real, why can't I join? Because motherfucker, you ain't talented, man. Alright? You ain't just looking for anybody. You gotta have a full following first. They got Lyle Cohen and all those dudes. They gotta look at you and make sure that you have potential. This way you could deceive many.
Right.
Stupid. It says, "If thou be for his profit, he will use thee, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee." Right? But saying you don't want to come back to his sacrifices and shit like that, then guess what? Now you're gonna get persecuted. That's why you see dudes who they'll be in the news like, oh, guess who else was a rapist or a pedophile? Morgan Freeman. There's stuff about him. Hey, like the brother Sharpie saying, you ain't doing your sacrifices, man. You got to continue to do it whenever you called upon. Like dudes with Will Smith, sell out their son. You got to do whatever they say so. And if you ain't trying to get down with that, or you no longer got a following no more, then it says what? "If thou have nothing, you will forsake thee." Alright, so that means you dance with the devil and you got bit.
Got some. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 33. It says, "The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up." And man, that's why they say, well, if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going, man. All right, basically meaning for you tribes, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, if you don't know your history, all right, you can't possibly know who your enemy is, man. All right, when you go back into what, the 1400s and the 1500s, this is what happened to you tribes, man. All right, it's even like different Edomite explorers like Hernan Cortez, who is it, Cristobal Colon, otherwise known as Christopher Columbus. This is what, hey man, he ate up your land, man. So it says, the fruit of thy land and all thy labors saw a nation which thou knewest not eat up. All right, and that's why they have what, a thing where you celebrate today called what, Thanksgiving. It says, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. You know, so really, has things changed? No, they haven't, man. Things are still the same, man. No matter how much money you got, no matter how, how much of a following you got, hey, man, the curse is gonna pursue you, all right, and they're gonna overtake you and they're gonna destroy you, man. Mm-hmm. And this, you got a lot of guys who scoff at this chapter right here, which is plain as day, man. Who else is this dealing? Who else is this talking about, man? The scripture tells, the Bible tells us our history and it tells us where we're going, man.
Somebody real quick, get Sirach 10 and on the line real quick. And the brother Sharp put Isaiah 52 and 3. For thus saith the Lord, ye have sold yourselves for naught, and ye shall be redeemed without money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's self-explanatory, man. For nothing. You know what I'm saying? For a trinket, for a consolation prize. You know what I'm saying? When we going to truly have everything within the kingdom. But since people, all they can see is what's right in front of them, they believe that this is everything, man. That it can't get no better than this, man. Well, what was that line that Drake said? Something about he ain't have to die to go to heaven or something like that. Yeah, he said something to that effect, man. Right. I'm saying? He said I'm living proof that you don't have to die to go to heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's what Drake said. So that shows you what type of mind frame that people in, man. They think that this is everything, man. So he sold himself for naught. That's why he rocked that whole owl thing, man, and that whole OVO thing, because we know that owl goes back to Molech. You know what I'm saying? And how they worship Molech, Bohemian Grove and all of that, man. See Molech on the back of the dollar bill in that little corner. You see the owl, man. So that goes all to show you all the fact that how they sold out, man.
Yeah, another thing too with Drake, if you listen to his music, he used certain terms. Like he used to be saying, me and my woes. What is woe in the scriptures? It means death and destruction. Yeah. So he's calling his boys death and destruction. Me and my woes, you know what I'm saying? And there's a few other things I picked up that he said, I just can't remember off top. So that dude Drake is definitely into witchcraft. He's definitely into coming against being an adversary of the scriptures of the Lord. He's backwards,
Oh, and you can't say we bugged out, because we already noticed ourselves because of the scriptures, man. But you have whistleblowers on top of that, like Pusha T's brother. He I don't know his name, whatever. I was watching his little interview. Yeah. Oh yeah. No Malice or whatever. I was watching his interview, and pretty much he left millions on the table, man. Now, why would somebody do that? All right, because he at the same time he's exposing all the wickedness that goes on in that industry, man. Okay, and he ain't the only one.
Yeah, dude. Another dude too, Ali Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he could have been kind of big in the game, but he didn't, because he said when they came to his party with like Nas and all of them. I forgot exactly what he said, but it was something about how like they had to grab your nuts or something.
Yeah,
to get into the party.
He said the mansion party. He said he went, at the front door, the code to get in is that you'll let the doorkeeper grab your nuts. Yeah. He said when he turned, he said he found that out. He said I'm not going in there. So he said when he came and was walking back out and he saw other people that celebrity status going in, he was like, yo, you know that shit like that? And he was like, yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's crazy. But read that Sirach.
Sirach 10?
10 and 9, yeah.
All right, this is Sirach chapter 10, verse 9. It says, Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
Right, there's not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. Because what? A covetous man is nothing that you won't, you know what I'm saying, do to get what you want. You know what I'm saying? What the scripture say, you have not because you ask not. You know what I'm saying? You'll rob, you'll kill, and you act, when you ask amiss. You know what I'm saying? So that's why people don't have what they want, and you're not going to get what you truly want in the society anyway, unless you really, sell your soul, man. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sale. All right, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
Hey, so what? A man setteth his soul to sell for nothing, and then what? Because it said, well, while he living, he cast away his bowels. Your bowels pretty much goes like into your inheritance. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So what are we to inherit? The kingdom. It's ours. It's rightfully our inheritance that's passed down to us through our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So you're casting away your whole inheritance, you know what I'm saying, for a trinket for right now, man. That makes no damn sense, man. You know what I'm saying, bring that back one more time real quick.
Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 10, verse 9, why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man, for such an one setteth his own soul to sale. Because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
Yeah, and going back into that covetous part or whatever the case may be, why do Jake do the things that they do? You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you see some dude coming down the street, got a nice car, got some rims on it, nice tints, might got some HIDs on it, you know what I'm saying? Nice system sounding. But you want what he got, but you know that you don't have it, you know what I'm saying, within your pocket to get that. So what's the next thing in your mind? I'm gonna have that. So what you gonna be willing to do whatever, you know what I'm saying, to go and get that, man. That's when you gotta look out for what, the stick up boys and all that, and try to get something else that somebody else got, man. If you wanna covet something, man, covet righteousness, man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not after somebody and what they got or what they doing or whatever the case may be. Covet righteousness, man. The scriptures say, like whatever that soul lusteth after, you know what I'm saying, Deuteronomy, I believe it's 14:26, it's referring to money, whatever your soul lusteth after. When you get the money from your job, whatever, you can do whatever you want. You can buy stuff, you know what I mean, that's in righteousness. So it's the same thing as far as that aspect of being covetous in the spirit. You want to be covetous after the more spiritual gifts from the Lord, not being covetous after this brother's gift or this brother's gift. You want to be covetous just after the things that's spiritual, man. You know what I'm saying? After those gifts that the Lord can give you to make your a spirit increase, man. Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, man.
Quick preaching for you, brother. 1 Corinthians 14:39. Wherefore, brethren, covet to prophesy.
Hey, well, I just said it. Hey, covet to prophesy, man. You know what I'm saying? After righteousness. So, with a lot of things in the scripture, a lot of things be twofold, man. Because that's the way the Lord make things to show you that things have a balance, man. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead.
That's pretty much it. It says, and forbid not to speak with tongues. Let all things be done decently and in order.
I got some points a little bit down. Ecclesiasticus of Sirach, chapter 14, verse 1. Blessed is the man that hath not slipped with his mouth and is not pricked with the multitude of sins. Blessed is he whose conscience has not condemned him and who is not fallen from his hope in the Lord. It's a point. It says, riches are not comely for a niggard. And what should an envious man do with money? You know, an envious and covetous man. You know what I mean? Riches aren't comely for a niggard, man. You know, and you go on that word niggard, I mean someone who's stingy, man. You know, verse 4: He that gathereth by defrauding his own soul gathereth for others that shall spend his goods riotously, man. You know. Wow. You know, so everything that you look at these celebrities, man. Bill Cosby, R. Kelly. We was talking about R. Kelly before the lesson kicked off, and it's like, look at where all your fame and your riches got you now. Here it is, you believed in the American dream. You know, you were a part of Babylon the Great. You were an American. You know, and now your riches are up for grabs, man. This devil doesn't need you anymore. You know, so what? Like the brother said, we started off with the opening scripture, man. This is not your rest, man. Mm-hmm. You know, hey, Bill Cosby thought that he could go along and be the face of the American Dad television, and then change the system from the inside out, and start doing television shows for black youths, and start teaching him the right thing now that he's juiced into the system.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he started doing that, what did Esau do, man? They blackballed his ass. Now look at him now. Look at R. Kelly now, man. You know.
Hey, I got a quick precept. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and 13, right? Because you're supposed to be not worried what the wicked will have, but worried about what the righteous going to receive, which is salvation. So it says, and therefore be not thou curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created.
Yeah, it says not to worry about the ungodly is because what? We was reading that earlier in camp in 2 Peter's the 3rd chapter where it says the ungodly, those scoffing against the word or them just living in wickedness, they're being reserved unto the fire of the Lord. You know? So what? The Lord will hype them up. They'll even give them the goods of this world so they can continue and prosper in their wickedness, man. You know?
Real quick, this is Psalms 49 and 6, and it says, they that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to Yahweh a ransom for him, for the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceaseth forever. And where the Bible where it says precious, it says but costly. So this is a very high price. They say what what's that damn commercial that they say this $8, that $9, but this priceless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, our souls is priceless, man. You're giving away something priceless for something that's completely worthless, and that's a dollar bill, which is worthless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Worthless, inflated like crazy. It really don't count for nothing. Don't hold no type of value really in the real world. Real money is silver and gold, stuff you can exchange for that. And that's like how, the pop stuff used to bring out before, like in ancient times, you could actually take, the note, the tender, and you can go and actually get the same value for it. You can't do that same thing now, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Look, you go and try to buy an ounce of gold now, and shit was about $15, $18.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because of all of the inflation shit, man. The actual print paper don't match what it's supposed to be backing, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is terrible. So you're selling your soul for nothing, man. You know what I mean? And that's why Tupac, he was always crying out to the Lord in what's the main song thing? Shed so many tears, saying, God, please let me in, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, it's a rap, man. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what makes it all even more hilarious today is now reparations. Now here it is, you got so-called blacks talking about reparations. All right, well, really what you're looking for is this Federal Reserve note. Now the apostle went in on this. All right, let's say even if Esau, which is the so-called white man, did give you reparations, let's say at the very least $1 million, which is an insult, by the way, but let's say he gave every Jake $1 million, it'd be like 50 trillion. He can't afford it, man. And even if he could afford it, is that really worth all that you've been through? These Federal Reserve notes, which has been currently devalued into nothing? Exactly. The money isn't worth the paper that it's printed on.
If this devil actually give us respirations and try to go and give Jake that amount of money, that means the very next day this place is gonna be destroyed. Because these devils ain't never gonna do that shit.
They actually showed, and it's a comedy show, Dave Chappelle, where he said Jake got a bunch of reparations and they gave everybody $1 million, and one dude bought a damn truck full of Newports, man. And that's Jake for you, man. Yeah. Hey, Apostle Gabar went into the lesson on what true reparations are. All right, which is oppressing those that oppressed you, man. You know what I mean? Getting your land back. Okay, getting all your riches back. All right, having the people that had their neck on their boot on your neck. You have your boot on their neck. That's true reparations, man. You know,
man. And that getting reparations in this place, hey, you might say, yeah, I got reparations. They got their reservation. They got their part of the land. But Esau, you know what I'm saying? Esau not gonna let them live happily ever after. They catching more hell than Jake and the hood, man.
Exactly. Yeah, because Dr. Claude Anderson, he was breaking that down. How look at it like you said, GAD number what? Like you said, they still they gave them something or whatever. It said a certain, like Native Americans or whatever, they get a certain, I think he said like 27,000. I forgot the exact number he said that they'd get like each year or whatever. But he said, look, even the Japanese got reparations. You know what I'm saying? After America bombed them and all that, they got what he said. And he was breaking it down. Every nation who the U.S. has ever done wrong, I'm saying, they've gotten reparations, except for us. Right. So what makes niggas think they're gonna get it now? They fear you as the biggest threat. They know you're the biggest threat, man. They say so-called African Americans hold $1.5 trillion spending power a year, man. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if the Lord had us in our right state. It would be no doubt that we would be running this place right now if the Lord had us in our right state, man.
But it makes perfect sense to why, we haven't received it, because we have one coming, which is the Lord.
Yeah.
Quick precept for y'all brothers. Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spec unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So no one is going to be able to save us.
Right.
No one is going to be able to, give us reparations here, because we can't be restored until Yahweh Bashem Shai restores,
Yeah, that's right. What is that? Luke 1:68 says, "Blessed be the Lord power of Israel, who have visited and redeemed his people." All right, and that word there for buy is konah in Hebrew, meaning to redeem.
Woo.
So that's, we're not looking for reparations from Esau Edom through the form of a Federal Reserve note, man. All right, we're looking to be redeemed.
Precept.
There you go.
Matthew chapter 1 verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahweh Shai, for he shall save his people from their sins.
That's right. Yep, that's right.
Hey, also too, you got this this dude, he know he ain't gonna fucking win. This damn Gook, he be trying to run for president in 2020. You know this damn Gook ain't gonna win. You know this Gook ain't gonna win. But I listened to what he had to say, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to see what they was gonna bring up the reparations thing.
Yeah.
And they put up the reparations thing with him, but it's like, well, is this specifically anything you're gonna do for blacks? He ain't really get into nothing in depth, but his plan is to give every American citizen that's over the age of 18 $1,000 a month. That's his plan. And then when Charlamagne asked him what was his specific plan for blacks, he said, well, I think, based off of them having that, once they turn 18, that could do a lot for them. That'll build up the communities and stuff like that. So basically, your idea is, okay, give things to everybody, and that's going to make everything all right.
Nah.
That ain't going to work, you know what I'm saying? And that's still an insult, man. That's still an insult. So you thinking this is going to help us out. I'm saying Jake gonna spend that shit, man. Little punk got $1,000. That's an insult, man.
They gonna get a pound of weed, man.
Yeah.
He already know he ain't gonna gamble with it. He know he got that 1,000 still coming in. He don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Get the fuck out of here.
And like how I was just telling those before the cameras was rolling, one thing that Dr. Claudence I just mentioned, because he be breaking stuff down like to the smallest common denominator, and it all lines up with the scriptures. The scriptures give us the general, but then it's going to be elements that play out within the earth to tell you the full nooks and the crannies, and that's what he does. And what he said was, whenever these politicians, they get on these platforms, he said, to talk about reparations is just a talking point for them. It's not going to really do nothing.
Yeah.
And when you mention things about doing something specifically for black people or so-called black people, they're going to generalize it and say all. So what Bernie Sanders did in that interview, when Charlamagne asked him directly, he said, do you have a specific plan for black people? Because at first, he asked him one question about reparations, then he generalized it. So Charlamagne came back and said, do you have a specific plan for black people? And he said, well, what I'm going to do is blah, 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 and this is going to help all distressed people or all these type of people. So he generalized it. So this is how they get around trying to actually talk about the reparation talk because they don't give a damn, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and all that is just for looking for your vote, you know, looking for you to vote them in. Because at this point in time here in America, anybody can be the president. You can expect T.I., the rapper, to be the president,
Well,
man.
the Rock is about to be president.
See? Hey, real quick, GMS put on the elect, he put Hebrews 13:14. For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come.
Right, this place about to fall. What the fuck
Yeah,
you want
yeah,
this
yeah,
place to
give
fall?
a shit, this shit is dead. Hey, get the hell out. That's how you know America's finished, man.
Yeah.
Hey, shalom to the brothers on the comment board as well. You see your comments, man.
I got some too. Jeremiah 15:5 to show you that these nations don't care about you. And a group for president, come on, that's a joke, man. But it says, Jeremiah 15:5, for who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? So you see that, and Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. Okay, Jerusalem represents you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives. All right, and as the scripture says, who shall have pity upon thee? Meaning, who really actually shall feel sorry for you among the heathens? All right, the so-called man. All right, and these damn Moabites, these damn Asians. Okay, they don't give a shit about you Negroes, man. All right, or you Hispanics, or you natives. So for them to come and talk about that, they're gonna give you reparations. They just lying to you, man. Okay, they just lying to you because of the scriptures. People don't believe these damn heathens are the scriptures, man. The scriptures right here telling you they don't give a shit about y'all, man.
Yeah, I gotta,
Yeah, real quick, just something to land back with that to go just hand in hand with it says Psalms 129 and 8 says, neither do they which go by say the blessing of the Lord be upon you, we bless you in the name of the Lord. Because what they would say like God bless America and all this different type of stuff, right? I'm saying then just think about a blessing somebody. They see going hand in hand with that they don't care. If you walking by somebody and you say, oh, God bless, or whatever the case may be, or God bless America, but you don't care about these people and you're not really worried about how they're doing. Like if you putting a blessing upon somebody, you hoping good for somebody. So regardless of what these other nations within this society, they see how well they're doing, you know what I'm saying? But yet they don't care to pour any good wishes or anything upon us. If this was supposed to be like one nation under God, as they say, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? And America's a big melting pot of people, but they try to act like what we are together when that's not the case, man. You know what I'm saying?
hey, with that, you can read that one more time, man?
Jeremiah 15:5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest?
Now I'm on a blue letter and it says to ask how thou doest. All right, so I'm guessing it's, the word do or doest. Basically, who shall God go aside, you know, to see, you know, how you doing? You know, like that's a dick term. Hey, how you doing? You know, you feeling well? All right, so the Hebrew right there is shalom. All right, which it means well. Let me see now. Oh, okay. The outline of biblical usage is this completeness, soundness, welfare, peace, safety, soundness. So basically, who shall go aside, all right, to see, you know, see how peaceful you are, man. You know, really, they want you in that same estate, all right, so you can continue to spend money. You know what I'm saying? You can continue to make them rich, man. Like it says in the parable of Lazarus, they want to see you down, all right, because what? And then they could lick on your swords, man, and make money off of you.
Word. And then it's like, look, if you can't even ask me how I'm doing, all right, or you don't give a shit about me, it's supposed to be like, fuck you then, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the mindset of the Lord, because the scriptures say the Lord is a man of war. So if you over here, okay, you want to keep me down and shit, man, all right, so that I can continue to serve you and be the damn footstool of his kingdom, all right, you so-called Negroes and Latinos, man, all right, then you're supposed to in return say, fuck you then, man. But instead, what? You still got people sticking their neck out, okay, for these damn heathen, man. All right, that's why the scripture say my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
And two, just the definition of reparation, late 14th century reconciliation from Old French reparation, and also an act of repairing, restoration, from past participle, reparare, restore,
Well, you got
repair.
a key word, repair.
Exactly, that's the
You know,
name.
that's Esau. All right, we back up. I was saying is that, Esau can't repair us, because who gave us the name Yasha'Allah, the Most High? He the one that put us in this. He the one to take us out of this, man. And besides, we don't want repairing from Esau. What you gonna give us? Federal Reserve notes to be niggas? To be blinded to the fact that we don't know who we are? To get destroyed by the Lord all day long? Nah, man. Nah.
Hey, other synonyms for, well, getting into the Latin of it says reparare, make ready again. Synonyms: amends, restitution, redress, compensation. There's no compensation that's going to be worth everything we've been through. Recompense. Hey, the Lord said recompense trouble unto them that trouble you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what? Our recompense, we want that ass whooping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we want.
The Lord want that. He
Right.
want us to do unto them what they done to us.
Yeah.
Right. The Lord said, "What? It's a righteous thing, meaning it's a good thing for him to repay you."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Precept.
Yeah, you got it.
This is Revelations 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Reparations.
Reparations.
That's the only repairing that we're looking to get done. We want your head, man. Everything that you've done to our people, we want done to your people, man. Yeah. Your head, boy. I know how it is. Hey, man, that's the only thing that's going to solve this, man. Period, man.
Yeah.
What the scriptures do say, what? Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. That still stands to this day. Not in this present time where we live at now, because we know we can't do nothing like that. But that still stands in the eyes of the Lord, man. So there's nothing else that can be made right. Period by you, man. Unless you're going to lay down all your arms, admit you've done everything wrong. You're going to let us take your daughters. You're going to let us kill some of you. You're going to let us put some of you in jail. We're going to allow you to live just how we lived for 1,000 years. Will you be willing to do that? No. If that's not the case, then there's nothing you can do to repair the damage that's been done to us, man. Period.
Got precept. This is 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and will heal their land. So that's, hey, man, our people, like the Lord said, you gotta humble yourself first, man. And that's something our people won't do. That's only for the elect to do, man. But he said, what? My people would do this, like the prayer that King Solomon prayed to the Heavenly Father. If our people will humble themselves and pray towards the east, all right, then the Most High will hear and heal us, man. He will repair us, man. And which he's doing it right now in the spiritual aspect through the word. All right? But our people, hey, you got to turn back from their sins. And that's something that the Lord said, according to Deuteronomy 28, is basically going to, hey, your sins, man, and these curses going to pursue you, man, until you be destroyed.
I got a precept. This is Baruch, chapter 4, and start at verse 4. It says, O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath. Ye were delivered unto the enemies, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not unto the Most High. Ye will have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. For when she saw the wrath of the Most High coming upon you, she said, Hearken, O ye that dwell about Zion, the Most High hath brought upon me great mourning. For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them. With joy did I nurse them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning. Let no man rejoice over me, a widow and forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children am left desolate, because they
So like they said, that proves it right there, man. Like they say, what, charity starts at home? You know, so you gotta, hey man, it's in-house thing, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as Jake, you gotta deal with your personal situation, man. You gotta deal with your sins. Right. With all the money in the world, you still under the curses, man. You still hey, with all that money, you could be happy because you be able to catch up on bills. Well, then what, man? Then you back to being broke, man. You know, you back to being, you still, it's not like just because you're getting, Esau did give you this money, it's not like, all right, now Esau's gonna stop shooting you down in the street. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're gonna stop getting taxed. All right, if anything, you know, Esau's gonna come down hard upon you, man.
You know, at the end of the day, you're still under captivity. You know, you're still suffering from the curses, man. Go ahead.
it says back in Baruch chapter 4, back in Baruch chapter 4 and 13, let no man rejoice over me, a widow and forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children am left desolate, because they depart from the law of the Most High. They knew not his statutes, nor walked in his ways of his commandments, nor trod in the path of discipline and his righteousness.
So that's the first step of reparations right there. Going back on the path of discipline, law, statutes, and commandments, man. You know?
Hey, yeah, because a part of, I'm just thinking about reparations in general as far as the definition term, what repairing, you know what I'm saying? What the Lord is repairing us now. That's why us brothers is waking up. That's why we know the truth. That's why we know the Lord's name. You know what I'm saying? So Esau owes reparations, and we owe reparations with the Lord. We got to make things right. So the Lord woke us back up again, put his spirit back on us to allow us to do our best, even though you know what I mean, our righteousness is at filthy rags, but he's allowing us to try to repair the damage so that we can become unto him once again, that he can really love us and we can really enjoy everything, the fruits of our labors and what he has to offer us, man.
Being purified and made white.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's reparation on both sides. So we got a lot of repairing to do, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna just finish this up real quick. It says, verse 13, they knew not his statutes, nor walked in his ways of commandments, nor trod in the path of discipline and his righteousness. Let them that dwell about Zion come, and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting have brought upon them.
Hey, so what it said, remember, right? You read that one more time?
It says, let them that dwell about Zion come, and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting hath brought upon them.
Hey, so you're supposed to remember these things, man. Not just the recent captivity, but the captivity of old, the captivity of Egypt as well, man. There's no other people that's been enslaved like this, man. You can't tell me that it's a coincidence that, you know what I'm saying? All right, say for instance, just speaking in the mind frame of a person that's in the that don't know nothing. Hold on, in the Bible, the Israelites, how long they was enslaved? 400 years. Now, why is that back we've been enslaved for 400 years? What a coincidence. You think? Nah, nigga, that shit ain't no coincidence. Ain't no other people been enslaved this much, man. That's damn near 1,000 years of captivity right there, man. What other people done went through the same shit we went through, man? Matter of fact, somebody, what's that, Dame 9 and 12? Yeah, get that real quick, man. No other people been through, come on, man. Damn near 1,000 years of slavery? Come on, man. Now they try to use the gutterites, the Jews with the whole Holocaust thing or whatever the case may be, which was a big lie. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them died from different diseases and stuff that was going over there. A lot of them was homosexuals. You know what I'm saying? They had a disease, typhus fever. You know what I'm saying? Different shit that was going on over there. And there wasn't even them 6+ million so-called Jews over there. They say roughly, from my research, you know what I mean? It could be wrong or whatever, but it was roughly around like estimation of like 600,000 of them over there, man. But they inflated that story times 10, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no other nation been through what we've been through, but bring it up.
Hey, guess what? And those Amalekites, those Edomites over there that claim to be Jews, they get reparations yearly from the United States, millions of dollars, billions.
Wow.
Every single year. And now with the whole thing with anti-Semitism speech, get the fuck out of here, man. Well, if that's the case, then you know what I'm saying? Hey, we Shemites too. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna do everything in their favor. So now the anti-Semitism speech. Now that goes what strictly against us, as we know, because as we put out weeks ago, what did Tommy Sotomayor did? He brought out the fact of how the media was being hypocritical because they didn't care about black people talking about R. Kelly. You can talk about him all day. He's a black nigga, we don't care. But then Tommy Sotomayor, he flipped the script and he's like, you can talk about R. Kelly, but what about these priests that are putting that mouths on these little babies' penises? Right. You know what I'm saying? And he did that video and his whole channel. They ain't take it down, but they demonetized his whole channel off of that. Yeah. So that goes to show you where everything is all about, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That we get done dirty regardless, now people can be looked at in an ill regard and they don't care. But when it comes to their people, it's a totally different story.
Hey, Bob the Shock, I finish this real quick. 14, right? It says, group 4 and 14. Let them that dwell about Zion come, and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting hath brought upon them. For he hath brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation, and of a strange language, who neither reverence old men nor pity child. These have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow. It says, and left her that was alone desolate without daughters.
Hey man, you ask Esau felt like he need reparations, man. You know, he look at us wrong. You know, hey, what about slavery? Well, our people was in slavery too. That's how Esau thinking.
Yeah, they try to pull that shit. We need reparations for the families of 9/11. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Exactly. So they don't take our cry seriously, man. But we gotta take that seriously. Like the brother Paul, he did the lesson about how Esau is a psychopath, man. And then one trait of a psychopath is that they take somebody else's and they got it within their head that is theirs, man. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what Esau's doing with our heritage, man. Yeah. Like scripture say, what, they oppress a man in his heritage.
Yeah, it's just 2 more verses is the point. Verse 17. But what can I help you? For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. Hey, that's it. I mean, it's more there, but that's the banger. Because the one that's going to give us these reparations is the Lord, and he's going to give us the world, because the world was made for our sakes. Right. You know, we're just going through a punishment. We're going through a short season, and the Lord allowed the basis of men to rule the earth in a short season. That's why Job said this is all going to be like a dream. It's going to be like a dream, basically a nightmare. Because when we get our real reparations and repaired, which is our new bodies, okay, which is being one with the Lord, had the laws in our inward parts, all right. When we rule in the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna look back at this place and say, well, what the fuck? You know, we're not even gonna remember this too much, because then what? The Lord said this place is going to be utterly destroyed, man, left desolate. So meaning, you Edomites, after this, when this place get destroyed by the Lord and by the way of thermonuclear fire and the Lord's angels, there's nothing to remember you for. See, today you can remember that you Edomites, all right, calling yourself Americans, Russians, whatever. You go back to being what? The Romans, man. You go back, you can remember, you can find monuments and things that they hold dearly, and they can find, we're the Greeks. Yeah. In the time of the Greeks. But guess what? In our kingdom of heaven, which is going to be here on this earth real soon, you're not going to be able to go back and say, well, we was in America. We had a Statue of Liberty. You know, we had basketball, football. You're not going to remember none of this shit, man. You know?
And that was real quick, just to land back off that real quick. Job 20 and 6, it says, though his, you had it too? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
Hey, let me say this. One thing Esau has always been is the loser, man. And you've been chased. He was chased out of the world before. You're gonna be chased again. No nation have love for you Edomites. They only respect you because you got power and teeth right now. Other than that, you will be shunned off. Shoot, 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 shoot! Ah, in my head. Shoot, 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 shoot! Get away from my dog! Shoot! The damn creature over here. Who the hell is this? Who brought that filth over here? You know? That's why you was pushed into the caves, man. And you ate juniper roots, man. Always getting chased.
And that's how we know that he was king.
Yeah.
Because Cain, his first state, Cain was chased around and shit.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to be around him.
So he become a fugitive.
Yeah. Vagabond. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the point.
Oh, I got some. Obadiah chapter 1, and I'll start at verse 10. It says, "For thy violence against thy brother," my foul start verse 9. It says, "And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter." Dang. And it says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." So damn, man, you know. Oh, and cause look, back when we was in rulership, you know, in our laws, when you commit adultery, you get stoned to death. All right, in front of you get grabbed up, you get yoked up, and you get thrown in front of the gates of the city, and you get stoned to death in front of the whole city. Now, why was that? So that everybody could see what happens when you do this type of wickedness. Yeah, and it puts fear in them. So now, guess what? You're spiritually gonna get that rock concert, man. You're spiritually gonna be the one that gets stoned to death, because everybody has to see. Yeah, because everybody has to see what happens when you touch the Lord's chosen. When you touch the apple of His eye, you know, when you do what you did to us, which is the Lord's, like I said, the apple of His eye. Yo, the Lord's gonna show you what happens, man. So now in front of all the other nations, you're gonna get cut off by slaughter, man. All right. For an example, on not to ever fuck with the children of Israel, man.
Hey, real quick precept. Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Yeah, but I think you just set up something nice for the kingdom, man. Yeah, you want to go to this rock concert real quick? Stone a bunch of Edomites to death, man. That's a good idea. That's what I'm going to say.
That sounds like that hard rock.
Yeah,
You know, Jake, when
that hard rock cafe.
hey, yo, you know, Jake, remember before when we first started camping, when we was at, what somebody was doing, throwing rocks at us. Little badass Jake loved to throw rocks and shit, man. You know? So he saw the damn
That's a
time.
scripture. Jerusalem, thou day that stonest the prophets.
Hard rock cafe, had them drinking, grind down some rocks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Had them drink that shit as coffee. They a hard rock sandwich. These bricks, man, break all your teeth.
Chewing rocks. I be eating my chewing rocks, yo. Crush it up. His teeth cracking.
I said like the days 9 and 12.
Oh, you can bring that up.
This is Daniel 9 and 12. And he hath confirmed his word which he spake against us and against our judges that judgeth us, by bringing upon us a great evil, for under the whole heaven had not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Under the whole heaven, man. I mean, all these other nations, that Japan shit, them getting bombed, all this shit with Iraq and all that shit. None of that shit was as worse as our people got done. Our people got bombed too. Black Wall Street, our people got bombed too. You know what I'm saying?
The move out there in Philly. They rained fire upon their houses and shit with the helicopters.
So, you know what I'm saying? And from modern times to hardcore slavery to, you know what I'm saying, to when we knew who we were as the Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else been done as worse as we've been done, man. You know what I'm saying? Period.
Yep. First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 10, it says, "What nation have not had part in her kingdom, and gotten her spoils? All her ornaments are taken away. Of a free woman she has become a bondslave. And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory is laid waste."
Hey, And real quick, because it said what? We have become a bond slave, man. So what would you got a slave woman, what would you do with her, man? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna beat that box up. So hey, so what? So so basically, a nation got a piece of our ass, so to speak, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're being real. A nation got a piece of our ass. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, word up, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we literally got fucked about all these other nations, man. Period, man. And to this day, all these other nations benefiting off of our communities, man. Right. And that's another thing, bringing them up again. And he was breaking down how when so-called blacks was looking for integration and all that different type of stuff, it's like they was looking for the wrong things, because at one point they started making it a social issue instead of about just keeping ourselves separate and having the same opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Because we were supposed to stay within our own communities and build our communities up. But our people wanted social integration. That's what messed it up. And then our people started allowing some of the so-called Jews to actually help us, you know what I'm saying, with campaigning for social integration. But then once we started wanting money, then the so-called Jews stopped backing us. You know what I'm saying? And they was allowed to operate their shops and their delis and stuff in our neighborhoods and capitalize off our neighborhoods, but we wasn't able to go in their neighborhoods, man. Right. Which goes to show you how they want to keep things, man. Yep. You know what I'm saying? They want to exploit the hell out of us, man.
You a nigga, boy.
Exactly. That's why I said pretty much like in Deuteronomy, but matter of fact, somebody speak real quick. Let me it down.
Well, it just goes to show that how we're bond slaves, all right? And what happens, does a bond slave have any power? A bond slave doesn't have any power. Going in on the curses real quick on Deuteronomy 28 and 43, it says the stranger
that's what I was looking at. That's
okay, Archon, that's the spirit. All right, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Hence a bond slave. So what? A bond slave doesn't have any power. Going to show that we can't win this thing through political parties voting, demanding reparations from representatives that we vote for. Because number one, you have to have some kind of political voting power. Now, real quick, I was looking this up real quick, the business dictionary on political power, right? All right, so it says here, an authority held by a group within a society that allows for the administration of public resources and implement policies for that society. Power may be acquired as means of government direction or an opposite to a government group. Now, in short, really, like you have to, as a political group, you have to have some sort of power to bring to the table. Case in point, the so-called Jews, the Amalekites, the Edomites. All right, somebody like Bernie Sanders that wanted to run for president, if he wants to run to if he wants the Amalekite vote, okay, you're gonna have to do something to appease those Amalekites, because what, they have power. If you don't do something to appease them, do something that benefits them, then you're not gonna get their vote, and it's gonna be on a whole where it's gonna be detrimental, okay, to your campaign. So you're gonna have to do what you have to do to appease them. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans don't have any political power to scare any political candidate into you not voting for them, demanding reparations and all these things. That is a joke, man. You know, hence the bond slave. We're bond slaves, man. We're the tail. Okay, the only ones that can get us out of our situation is the Lord. You know,
and even going before you actually get able to get some type of political power, because he's breaking this down as well, man. You gotta have money and resources, because what they say, the money, power, respect. It all makes sense. You get the money, now you building up. I'm saying, what money in this society brings you power, because you're gonna have the money, you're gonna have the resources, and with your power, now you can influence things in society. So people are gonna respect you behind the money and power that you have, right? Because you're using these things to your advantage to influence a society. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. So before even all that, you gotta have money, instruction, and group. Niggas can't even get together on anything. Right. So how you gonna you can't even get money together. let alone get some type of power, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Makes no goddamn. And I said, what the strangers that's within thee shall get above thee very high. What the strangers that's within our communities, within our neighborhoods, man. All these other goddamn nations and their businesses, man. They own every goddamn thing, man. Walmart's and all this shit. Who owns this shit? Esau. These big supermarkets, Whole Foods. Who owns this? Esau. You know what I'm saying? Chinese stores, these goddamn Goose. These Africans and this goddamn Domino's, man. These Indians been fucking Dunkin' Donuts, man. Subway. All of this shit, man.
Yeah, I got a precept. This is Joel chapter 3 and 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
Hey, if I could say this, man, the scriptures is beautiful, man. They said that they parted his land. All right? I mean, they was casting lot, and they ended up betwixt between who's gonna have what part of the land, man. And that's right there, the Israelis and the Palestinians. They're literally trying to tear each other apart over our land. Okay, but guess what? It don't belong to either one of you motherfuckers, man. Two stinking ass heathens, man. That's why that shit's gonna get nuked out while your asses is dead, man. So the scriptures is to be true, man. Yeah, that's what's going on today.
Yep. Verse 3, and they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot. They made Jake a bunch of homosexuals, man.
You know, a possession, man. You know, that's just like saying like here it is, your own pair of sneakers want reparations, man. You looking down at it like, nigga, just you stay there to the closet until I wear your ass, man. You became a possession, man. Right. You know?
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Every nation want a piece of us, cause why? Without us there, your economy won't flourish.
Exactly.
Jake is the biggest consumers, man.
Exactly.
And that's heavy too, man, because even Jake, like brothers watch the show Luke Cage, and Jake really don't feel like they really feel like they nothing if they have like a beard and a like an afro or something like that, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's how Esau wanted you to look, man. He wanted you to look clean face. He wanted you to look really, you know, he wanted you to look sexy, man. You know, because he wanted you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's how I like it. That's a good point.
Wow.
Because when Luke Cage wanted to get on his shit, all right, that's when he shaved all his beard off and be thinking he looks good and shit, man. Yeah, he looking real good for Esau, man.
Yeah. Hey, the movie Drum. Yeah. Remember the guy? He had his drum. He won his fight and was entitled to have a prize, and he picked his woman. He was going to go up in his woman, and next thing you know, his master, the Edomite, he came in there. You know, Drum thought he wanted his woman. Like, hold on, yeah, you cheapskating me, man. Come on, can I have one night? But the damn Edomite wanted him. Sick, man. You devils are freaking sick, man. Now, I'll finish this off, verse 3 again. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. You sold a boy for sex and then sold a woman for wine? When women's supposed to be used for sex. The nigga's backwards. That's how I show you how sick you Edomites are, man. Yeah. It says that they might drink. They might drink. Come on, man. Verse 4. Yea. And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of the Palestine?
Yeah, man, that's the other nations, man. When you look into the Eastern slave trade, you know, the Ishmaelites, which are the Arabs and the Africans, man, they had a hand in that as well.
It said Ishmael loves our women, man, because they said it was like the reversal of over here. Over here, the male slaves dominated, man. Esau wanted more male slaves. All right, but over there, amongst Ishmael, they wanted more female slaves. We already know why, so they could pop them. But guess what? In return, we're gonna have a lot of Ishmaelite, a lot of your women as slaves, man. And the scriptures say, all right, the widows shall not weep. So they're gonna be happy to be our slaves rather than be your husbands, man. Because you know we're better than you anyway, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Natives, we're the best men on earth, man. We got the most flavor, All right, and we said all the trends, all you other heathens are just jokes, man.
They copy us too.
Yeah, you copy us, man. You can't fuck with us, man. You serious?
Yeah. It says, will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into the temples of my goodly pleasant things. It says, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. So where was Jake at? This is what you was taking in the devices that you have imagined, man. All right, because here it is. This is his plan. He's gonna scatter us, take us away from our border, take our land, all our stuff. But then the Lord said, "What? You do this, I'm gonna raise them up wherever they at, and it's gonna recompense you." Man, all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man.
Right.
You know, this is music, man. That's it. That's the point.
Bring out last few precepts.
Woo.
No, you good.
Oh, this is Isaiah 45:11 going with the.
Oh, Slakia. One more verse. It says, verse 8, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it.
That's the spirit. I was about to go into that.
Oh, word?
Isaiah 45:11. Hey, man. You know, what's the number? What 2 representing you?
2, knowledge, understanding. No, knowledge, wisdom. No,
Wisdom.
Understanding.
Understanding.
3 is wisdom.
Oh,
Three is
okay.
wisdom.
Well, here's
Knowledge is
understanding,
wisdom,
man. Isaiah 45:11 says, thus saith the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, and his Maker, ask me of the things to come concerning my sons, and concerning the works of my hands command ye me. I have made the earth and created men upon it. I, even my hands, stretch out the heavens, and all their hosts have I commanded. I have raised him in righteousness, and I will direct all his ways, and he shall build my city, and he shall let go my captives. All right, and it says, he shall let go my captives, not for price, no reward, saith the Lord of hosts. Thus saith the Lord, the labor of Egypt and the merchandise of Ethiopia, and of the Sabians, men of stature, shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine. They shall come after thee, in chains they shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplications unto thee, saying, surely God is in thee, and there is none else. There is no God.
And it's gonna prove when these things go down that the Most High is with us, man.
Right.
The Most High is for us, and that's right now with the hopeful elect of Israel. You have to be an Israelite from the seed of your father, man. You know, and if you are part of that number, because you out in the Word, you teaching, you recognize who you are, you change your lifestyle, so you repent it, you now you become a man of the Lord. The Lord is for us. Don't care what none of you people said. That you got white people, Edomites, that's talking about the Lord is for everybody. No, he's not. The Bible says his people, my people. He never said that, yeah, he is the power of the world and all the people therein. But guess what? He has a line and a chosen seed, man. From Adam, he had a line in Adam to Abraham, down to Isaac, to Jacob, 12 tribes, man. Remember, Jacob's name was changed to Israel. That was our father, man. And then what? We became the Israelites, being his sons, man, from his loins. How dare these damn devils take away what's ours? This ours. I don't even want to say shit, but this our stuff. This ain't Charles. Don't even get me mad, because it's like, yo, get the fucking faggot ass out of here, man. You know, and now, but guess what? The Lord is revealing revealing who his people are, man. And the Lord is for us, man.
Yeah, man, it's written down, man. Like Esau like to, he justifies himself through his legislation that he writes. Or, it's written in law. You got to follow it. Yeah. Well, it's written, the Most High wrote it down in the scriptures, man.
That's right.
He prescribed the mischief by the law. I got one real quick because you said that, man. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 11. In that day I will raise the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. reparations, man. All right, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and of the heathen, which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that sows seed. And the mountain shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land which I have given them, saith Yahweh thy power.
Yeah. Bone chilling.
God.
Yeah, man.
I literally got to chill.
Hey, because the reparations, when you went into the word, sticking in my head now, repair.
Yeah.
So the Lord is truly going to repair us, man. He's going to repair us like we ain't never been, man. You know?
Never and never.
Hey, as far as that, yeah, real quick. As far as that reparation, man, you know, because the scriptures speak on how you made us a drink of that cup. You're gonna drink of the cup, and the Lord gonna give you another one just for the hell of it, man. You know, just because the Lord hates you guys, man. And another point, man. You know, we're gonna put you Edomites in slavery, man. All right, and I really can't wait for that day, because I'm sick of living in this damn place, man. And we're gonna do double unto what you've done to us. You know, the scripture that this brother was reading, all right, how they were selling us in that transatlantic slave trade. We're gonna have the space slave trade, man. Okay? And guess what?
Meditate. You be meditating, huh?
That's what likes transatlantic space trade.
And guess
Yo,
what?
it's different planets. You're probably be shipping off slaves, y'all. That's a place for you, huh?
That boy good.
Hey, because when we was on them slave ships, we didn't get the step outside and look at the open waters to look how beautiful. Wow, man, we selling the sea. This is beautiful. We ain't get it like that. You ain't gonna be able to look out the spaceship. Look at
that planet.
You're gonna be in the bottom of that shit, man. The fucking shackles, man.
Yeah.
All right, that's how it's coming for you, man. You ain't gonna enjoy shit. But just to end the story, Ezra chapter 4, verse 2, it says, Then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, Let us build with you, for we seek your God as ye do, and we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Ashur, which brought us up hither. It says, But Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, Ye have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our God, but we ourselves together will build unto the Lord God of Israel, as King Cyrus, the king of Persia, commanded us. So y'all have nothing to do with our God, man. Even though they so desperately want to, scriptures just said they was even trying to sacrifice to Yahweh Shemashah. Like, look, I'm trying to sacrifice something too. But guess what? It's not for you, man.
Can't build with us.
Yeah.
You can't get down. You can't dance with us. You can't come to our parties. Right. You can't be in our house. We got you got your shit. We got ours, man. Right. This is your kingdom. We can't go into certain stores and look at you. And I'm doing some deliveries, and I go in a place and they like, oh, okay. Looking at me strange, man. Then you delivering food at the house, and Edomite up in the mountains and shit. And he opened the door, he's surprised that you black. He's surprised you brown face, and then I got this on the head, and he just go, okay, thank you. Bye-bye. It's like, I'm not gonna do that. I should just do the Tupac. Word. And then report me and give me fucking bad. So you got yours, we gonna have ours, man. That's it.
No. Lamentations 4:17.
Oh, come.
Yeah, because as soon as when you walk in the restaurant, it's all eyes on you.
Yeah. It's not even hard gangbangers.
You want to see behind you? These devils got the nerve. You come in, he's sitting down, eating, laughing. Then you come in, he's a family with his family, whatever. He look at you, and when he look at you, because I watch these devils, I'm always aware when I'm around him. And here it is, he's looking at me, but then he go like this. He look out the window to look at the car to see if anything I'm trailing. Am I trailing anything behind me? Am I bringing groups? Am I got niggas in the car? He looking at my car.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? This is just a custom of eating food here. You damn Edomite. Like, this is our restaurant. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Yeah, bring that out real quick.
Lamentations 4:17. As for us, our eyes has yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
So it's just gonna keep on happening to you, Jakes, man. Your eyes have yet fell for your vain help. Your eyes gonna keep failing for the help that you're looking to come from the society. It's not coming, man, whatsoever. Man. You know what I'm saying? It clearly said what? You're looking for, watching for a nation that cannot save you. You got them binoculars on all day. When's reparations coming? When is equality coming? When is it gonna get better for black people? I'm tired of holding these fucking binoculars. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man. You're gonna be old and gray and die, and generations gonna keep rolling over if you keep waiting on that shit, man.
And can I say one little thing?
Yeah.
If Esau, you know, if he really want to kill Jake, all you gotta do is give Jake, like, the analogy, give Jake $1 million, give reparations, right? Give Jake $1 million, watch Jake kill each other. Because niggas gonna get out here, they gonna be the Don when it comes to drugs.
Yup.
They gonna get guns. Niggas gonna blow each other head off.
Yeah.
You get these niggas $1 million.
OD left and right.
This nigga gonna take his bombs out to get $1 million.
Yeah, word.
Yo, Jake will fucking kill each other, man.
Niggas ain't right.
Yo, heart attacks going to increase by 100%. Niggas gonna eat buckets of chicken dying left and right.
Oh man.
Yo, like paying food. Put $100 on him. Niggas trying to
Oh,
that shit, man. Yo, then these niggas they gonna be shooting each other down in Foot Locker.
Yeah. They gonna buy $100 million worth of joints and get killed outside the store. You niggas are stupid. You 2/3, man. Yo, if Esau want to kill Jake, just get them niggas some money, yo. Niggas $1 million, yo. I want to see it. I want to see it.
That makes sense. That made me full reparations now. Shit.
You know where this boy? Just give him some money.
Yeah, Jake will run right down to the liquor store, get himself a big bottle of liquor, and drink himself to death.
Come on. Niggas gonna buy them big, them 7,000 ounce bottles of Ace of Spade at Jay-Z shit, go down to 40. He's gonna buy all the mollies in the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Niggas gonna wanna go back in time and buy out Pablo Escobar, man.
Yo, you gonna have so many niggas trying to be rap stars, even though they are now.
New El Chapo.
Niggas gonna go ahead and buy a European car and shit. You know what I'm saying? See, you got no driveway, barely can pay his rent. You got a parked car outside in the street.
Rap studios gonna be everywhere getting shot up.
Yeah.
He's gonna move it twice a week.
Hey yo, why you wanna see kill Jake? Give Jake some goddamn money, yo. Give Jake some money, yo.
You gotta have some respect. Like niggas arguing over studio time. Now everybody gonna be able to get studio time.
Yo. Oh man, yo.
Hey, alright, so hey, Lord willing, brothers was edified. Alright? You know, America's gonna be destroyed real soon, man. You know, it ain't worth it to sell out. And hey, as brother said in the scripture, man, you know, cover to prophesy, man. Alright, you want these riches, man. You want all the women, you see the music videos, alright, and you see they flaunt the woman and the joy and stuff, and you get covetous after that. Alright, now you want to be a basketball player and this and that. Look, the real thing that's popping, the real thing that's lit, man, is being a prophet, okay? Because the work is going to pay off, man. And as Romans 8:18 says, the glory is going to be revealed in us, man. All right, so later for all that music video spirit, rap music video spirit, all right, this is where it's at, man. This is what you should really be coveting, man. All right, so it ain't worth selling out. All right, we're going to close out, and we want to give all praises and all glory to the children of power, which is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and citations and shalom to the elect.
Shalom.
Ready for translated space trade.